anyway, so I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the dirt. How they bust? Let me show how they bust.
And then want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shake, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy make that. You in? I got that good nasty bitch. The shade.
Oh shit.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It is with great pleasure that I welcome you to today's graduation ceremony. Students, when you hear the reason or reasons for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Once you've exited, remove your cap and gown and proceed into the unknown. Too tired. Family trip. Part-time job. Helping around the house. Sick day. Starting the holidays early. Just because.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna miss it.
I mean, that bitch always talking about somebody. I don't know what's going on.
I know. Remember what he said about me?
He always talking about somebody.
As soon as somebody ready to step to him, he get quiet. Lies. Now it's my turn to talk. Talk Lately starts now.
Alright. I wish this door was closed. I forgot to close the door before I sat down. Welcome to Talk Lately, everybody. It's now, I don't know what time it is, 7:02. Right here on BeExposedRadio.com. And we are live. This is really like my first official show back on the scene. Brand new studio, brand new set, lights, camera, action, my bookcase. Welcome bookcase. How you doing? We got a good show for you today. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Now my door's closed. Now we can talk confidentially about everybody in the world. First, I have a lot. Look, if you can't tell by this stack of papers right here, I have a lot. I'm gonna try to stay neat with it. We got our Mega Million tickets today. You know, here at Big Exposed Radio, we do a big pool, and I got a lot of tickets here, so hopefully say a prayer. I don't know, don't say a prayer on gambling. It's doubling. Is it doubling on air? Do you got, I don't know why. Is it doubling now? Is it still doubling? Is she ever going to say anything? I guess not. I'm going to continue. Where was I? Mega Millions. I think the jackpot is now at $1.6 billion. How, are you going to tell me if it's still doubling? No. On air? Well, take me to break then so we can fix it, because I don't want to be doubling. All right, we'll be right back.
Hey,
Hey, there's my son. You've been in your room all morning.
Hey, Dad.
Matt, what's wrong with your voice?
There is nothing wrong with my voice.
Oh, well, it's just sort of.
I have been playing my video games and electronic games for so many hours.
Uh-huh. Well, it sounds like it might be time for you to take a break, or...
Hello, Dad.
Susan?
I have been watching TV and text messaging all morning. Yay, electronics. Yay, yay, yay.
Guys, I think it's about time to get in the car and take a little trip. Maybe see some trees, some green things.
What are these green things you speak of?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Get out to the forest and discover the wonders of nature with your family, just like Blue, Jewel, and the whole Rio flock.
Let the kids connect to their roots. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah! Woo-hoo!
Let's rock this jungle.
Woo!
Fresh air.
What a glorious morning.
Clean water.
Woohoo! This is great!
And endless surprises.
Yo, this is untapped territory.
How amazing.
Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to.
Then what you're going
to
to do is turn onto Marcy Avenue.
Just broke up
and go past the first 3 lights
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat, and apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable, but how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza?
Testing.
Yeah. Street.
Turn it off.
Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run.
Mm-hmm.
The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the how
much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Okay. Does this sound better? Everybody in the room? Does this sound better? I'm really talking to my producer, but does this sound better? Why? Is it still doubling or is it what? If I... Where do you have the dial at? No, half. I mean, if you come to work more often, maybe. Oh, interesting. This person got employees. Are you on the live mic or on the inside mic? Because now it just looks crazy if I'm talking to myself. Are you not gonna respond? You're so selfish. Anyway, welcome back to the show. Technical difficulties. People don't know what they're doing because they don't come to work often. So, same show, same people.
Oh, here I go.
There what go?
I said, here I go. I was looking for myself on the board.
You're real little. Anyway, I'm not taking phone calls right now. I think I'm going to have a section where we're going to take phone calls in probably about, let's say 15 minutes, probably half past, 7:30-ish. That phone number is 443. This is a new phone number, guys. 443-642-9403. I shouldn't even have did that. How about I just wait for a second because I want to make sure our phones are up and ready because they're not ready right now. I know that because I was just in the room and I didn't tell her.
Sure did.
Don't agree. Selfish. And my computer is not working. Look, this show's not prepared right yet, but we're working on it. Everything's going to be up. I see I'm hearing stuff happening in my ears. Is everything okay in there? Oh, that's this in here. Anyway, we got a lot of things to talk about. Like we're going to do I'm going to talk about the Mega Millions a little bit more later in the show, as well as we have the Squeegee Boys. Is that what it's called? The Squeegee Boys, the little kids that be on the corner. We got a nice story about that, as well as some NFL stuff, Ashanti. We're going to get into... There's this whale that's been at SeaWorld for like 8 years in captivity, and he keeps trying to commit suicide. And I feel for that story. We got Mark Anthony, we got rats, we got Florida, we got football. Like I said, the NFL and football player, that involves incest and sodomy. And Nicole, make sure we stay on schedule though, because I still want to go to break at the right times. Even though we just went, because I got this planned out to the T, and now I got to skip some stuff. But I really, really do want to talk to you guys about Baltimore police. And there was a skit done on SNL. It wasn't that funny, but it was right. And about some of the stuff that happens during when you get stopped by a police officer. I just had an incident myself not too long ago that was very peculiar. And I find it happening a lot now. Like, I mean, I know I'm a target because of where I'm located. I'm looking out the window now at City Hall, at the courthouse. And it is what it is. And I'm ready to, I can talk now because I have my mic back, my voice back. I think I've been, I give myself, thank you, credit because I almost didn't come back this year. So that would have been me off the radio for a full year because I've been doing stuff in the background that had me, I don't know the word to use, but I've been excited to work in the background. I've been doing new things. We got new setups and new lights, new green screen. I don't know, you can't see it because the Talk Lately is right here, but this is actually green. So we've been doing a lot to get back to No, I'm not showing anybody it. There's a difference. Are you talking? You're not live, are you? Because that's the part I wasn't telling.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't live.
Thank you. Green screen technology is not a secret. But what we're doing, it's going to be. Or try to be. Or, you know. Anyway, we got to take a break. When we come back, there's more. We'll get deep into these stories that I have for you. And again, the phone lines will be open at that point, and you can give me a call and talk to me. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously, because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like, you know,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusey. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united.
Here's what you missed on Salacious Life Radio.
You know, when it comes to your children, especially if you're dating someone that you actually like, you do want it to work. So you're gonna hope and encourage the relationship between your child and that person because you like that person, you know, so you're gonna hope for the best. I mean, sometimes it just doesn't work and you can't make it work. You can't force it. It's like a branch. You keep bending it, eventually it'll snap, and even if you put it back together, it'll never be what it once was. But you definitely pray on it. You hope for the best, you know, because like nobody wants to spend the rest of their life alone just because a particular relationship didn't work out, but you had this beautiful creature as a result of it, you know. But you don't want to necessarily spend and you're not all of a sudden a bad person. You're not all of a sudden not going to fulfill this other person's needs.
You, madam, are a harlot and a scoundrel.
Because I had one kid while I was still married. Like,
but what if
I take that back.
What if the situation turns around the other way? So you ready for your child to meet? They meet the person, and this person is a giver. So this person's buying your child lots of gifts and wanting to.
I would usually.
Do you let?
If it's a birthday or some sort of holiday or something like that, okay, and they want to get them a few things or get them something, okay, but just on like a regular basis, like unless it's like Nestle's Quick or something that you can get from like, you know what I'm saying, or like Kit Kats or something like that. Like, no, don't spend a lot of money on. It's unrealistic.
See, I'm sorry.
It's unrealistic. Like, don't try to buy his.
Tune in live to Salacious Life Radio every Wednesday from 9 to 11, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Even as a comedian, if I say a joke and it just might not fit your cup of tea, but it's mine, that's what a comedian is supposed to do.
But people forget
everybody's not going to find your jokes funny. They better find mine funny.
But they forget that, though. They really forget that. They forget that but it's your view. That's why they didn't fire her.
Yeah.
Because her viewpoint is controversial.
Her view. That's the view she sees.
Right.
Everybody is clear to her.
Like they did their reaction to
cellophane.
They did the reaction to the Chris Rock Oscar, and they were talking about Stacey Dash, and I don't think she agrees with Stacey Dash, but she pointed her out as somebody who has an opinion that's just different from everybody else's.
Her opinion is just stupid, though. Stacey Dash she's like a dash. Let's just move on.
I think she's intelligent, but her
You're still going.
opinion.
We're gonna move on. Stacey Dash doesn't need to be talked about. She's irrelevant.
You said her name like 3 times already.
She's irrelevant.
I said it once.
Dash. Dot. So, I couldn't have meant that more. She is so irrelevant. I'm not even going to say her name. But we're here every Tuesday, and we talk about people
and
just
guy,
like that.
My friend was like, hey, there's a lady, because a young lady walking down. He's like, hey, you should go holler at her. Holler at her. And I'm like, nah, man. Nah. You know, I'm a shy guy anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But he's like, yeah, do it, man. Go ahead, do it. So I said, hey, how are you? She kept walking past, and my friend also yelled out something as well. So she had stopped, and she had looked at us or whatever, and she said, this was the day before Christmas, too. It was so bad. And she's like, God damn it, it's Christmas. Like, leave me alone. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally trying to talk to her. I'm catcalling. And I'm thinking, like, you know, it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm literally thinking, this was a couple years ago. I'm literally thinking, like, this is funny. Huh? You know what I mean? Like, whatever. We get into that bar, and she's there. Okay? And she lays me out.
Good for her.
She lays me out. I'll tell you, I mean, little do I know, I had dealt with a hardcore feminist that day. She even told me, she's like, I'm a feminist. You did not know that. You do not know who I am. You do not know where I'm from. You do not know who I know.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Shepsworth Bentley. And if you haven't heard last week's show, make sure you guys go into BeExposedRadio.com's Facebook page or YouTube page and check it out, because you don't want to miss it. Our next show is going to be next Sunday, every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m., Homegrown Radio, new, fresh Baltimore radio.
Jacqueline. Yes, Mom? I wanted to talk to you about something, and... Oh, wait, hold on. I just got a text. Oh, there's another one. Wow. Busy me. So, anyway...
Oh, wait, Mom. I just got a message. My friends keep commenting on my comment. Oh, there's another one. So many comments on my comment.
Oh, I can't wait to watch TV tonight. Playoffs!
Hey, guys, check out my new video game. Pew, pew. Wait, Mom, what?
What? Hold
What'd you say? Wait a second, what?
This weekend, unplug. Take your family to the forest. There's nothing in the world like experiencing nature firsthand. Trees, paths, bluebirds, streams. Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. To find the forest nearest you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Check out this flashback from the Artist Exchange radio show.
That's the biggest thing, is just empowerment. Just get off of the begging line. Just be proud and just get our pride and our dignity back, because as a child, we're taught how to go and beg for a job. Our parents, they literally taught us how to make sure you pull your pants up. Me, I'm 6'7", so I'm a bigger man. I was always taught how to not be threatening or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything, in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing, because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So,
hello?
You know who you are and what you come from. It's frustrating more than anything to see.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, no, we was testing. See us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person to read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition, join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Check out this flashback from It Is What It Is radio show.
Paul was chilling. He was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family. You know what I'm saying? And like for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you, just like that. You feel me? It's like damn. Another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like why you taking the good? You know what I'm saying?
You always end up asking like why.
And like again, it's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? Gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that one, it's the adversary trying to knock you off your pivot, and then it's God trying to teach you something. You feel me? Right. Anything that you go through, you gonna get through. It's called going through. You feel me? That's why it's called going through. You going through something. Right. You feel me? Because after you go through it, you get through it. You look back on it like, damn, I got that. You feel what I'm saying?
For this and more, be sure to tune into BeExposedRadio.com every Friday from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. to listen to more of It Is What It Is radio show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I made it seem like I was ready, but I wasn't. But okay. Welcome back to the show. I don't have any guests today, but I got some good news, and that is that the phones are working. So I'm happy about that. And the right phone number is working too. 410-702-5657. You can call us now and we can chat about whatever you want to chat about. First thing I'm going to get into is I was sitting here reading about this corner store Caroline woman, and this is the woman that accused the young 9-year-old black child of touching her ass. And recently they had a press conference where the little boy had a chance to speak. Like because I hadn't heard from the boy himself the whole entire incident, but this time now he gets a chance to speak. And they were wondering if how he felt about the situation and everything, and he actually said to her, basically through the press conference, that he did not forgive her after finding out that via video that it actually he did not touch her ass. His book bag brushed up against her, and that makes all the difference. You think about these kind of situations, and I have been the one that's always been touting that racism is gone, and that was my feeling in the past. Not racism is gone, but it's always there. But the fact that we need to grow up and get over this racism crap. But now I'm in a different level, because through the course of this past 2 years, and the way Number 45 talks about people, it's prevalent. It's everywhere. It's just spewing over to the point where riots and tearing down statues and all this other kind of stuff. But I don't want to get into the race stuff tonight. That is not what I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood for ice cream, but that's another story, and that's called Fat Thoughts. And I'm not in for that today, because I'm working heavily and hard on my weight this year. And My feeling on the 9-year-old saying that he doesn't forgive her, and that's his prerogative, and I'm you know, at a certain point, after you have been seeing all this stuff and you digest it, you understand why he's not forgiving her. And it's going to take some time for him too, because after this has become public and went national and then went viral, and everybody sees this display of disrespect from this white woman, it's inexcusable. It's like, you know, I don't want to forgive you right now. I'm not ready. I shouldn't have to forgive you. You actually mean nothing to my life, so I can move on without forgiving you. You don't need my forgiveness. You were evil before. You're going to still be evil after. That's how I see it. And the text lines are open to 443-642-9403. You can text as well as call in if you got an opinion on anything that I'm talking about tonight. See, I had some videos and stuff that I wanted to show. It's one in particular that I'm going to get to in the second hour of the show, and that's about R. Kelly. There's this docu-series coming out, and I got a nice trailer for you to watch, but I'm going to give it to you in the second half of the show, and that's coming up in a couple minutes, and we can talk about that then. But right now, let's talk about this, where did it go? This SNL skit where the Baltimore Police Department actually sent a letter to SNL about how they were mocking, this skit mocked them. It was a whole bunch of female officers dressed in Baltimore police officers' uniforms, and they were mocking the fact that they were pulling a passenger out of the car and making all these sexual innuendos at him, and asking him to bend over and stuff like that. It's so funny. And I was getting to this before we went to break last, and that I got pulled over before, and it almost felt like harassment myself, because they stated that I had a broken light, or one of my light bulbs was out, or something like that. Come to find out, no, it wasn't, because I checked when I got to my destination, and none of the lights were out. There is one out now. That's one of my tag lights is out, but it wasn't out then. So it was interesting that this is, you know, what's happening. So here's what the letter says that came from the Baltimore City Fraternal Order. I'm writing this letter on the behalf of 4,300 members of the Baltimore City Fraternal Order, Police Lodge Number 3, both active and retired, to express great disappointment over the distorted representation of Baltimore police officers on your recent show, which aired on October 13, 2018. The segment in question is entitled Traffic Stop, and included several members of your cast, including the show's host, Seth Meyer. We believe that the humor and the laughter that results in is necessary in all our lives, and we know that this iconic Saturday Night Live has long been a source of that requirement. We must, however, take exception with the grossly inept portrayal of our members during the particular sketch. As you are most likely aware, the Baltimore Police Department is currently a very beleaguered agency. And then why? That's why, you know, reading this, it's like, why are you even writing this? You know what your background is and what people say about the Baltimore City Police Department. You sent in this letter. I don't know why you didn't think it was going to get out, but if this is what people portray you as, then you need to show us a different portrayal. You need to get out there and be different. They're not making the stuff up. This is how you treat your residents. This is how you treat the citizens of Baltimore. So be different. So, okay, let me continue. Take exception to the grossly inept portrayal of our members during this particular sketch. As you know, most likely aware, Baltimore City Police Department is currently a very beleaguered agency in the throes of massive amounts of criticism and disrespect. Many of our members, especially our young ones, are struggling with their choice of career, and we are losing good, incredible members daily. It is a difficult time in Baltimore, and to portray our brave, hard-working members with such an inappropriate manner is very unfortunate. it goes on to say something else. But at this point, it is what it is with the Baltimore City Police Department. You can't keep a commissioner. Your mayor is not helping. I want to see her put on a uniform and then close it up under that bowl. But it's impossible for us to see anything past what has been represented in the news, what has been represented as a citizen, and seeing it happen on the streets. So I don't know where you were going with this, but I hope that you saw the sketch as a teachable moment and that you can learn from it. Baltimore City Police Department. That's my opinion, and I know a lot of people agree with me. So do better. There was this mother where her child, and now this is an actual people poll question, and I would like to get some results on this. If you go to my Facebook page, Talk Lately with Monny, there will be a poll up, and probably by the end of the show, that I would like you to take notice to and actually, you know, be a part of the show. Do you still beat your kids? Are you still out there whipping ass when they do something wrong? Do you beat your kids? Yes or no? That's all we need. That's going to be on the Talk Lately with Monny Facebook page later on tonight. Do you still beat your kids? Whipping, as some people say, or tear that ass up. That sounds abusive. Don't do it that way. So this is all stemming from the story where a mom was filmed beating her child with a belt after he stole her brand new BMW to go joyriding with his friends. And he was only 14 years old. So do you still beat your kids? You know, if I said, if my own self, if I had children, he would have got an ass whooping. If it was my brand new BMW, brand new. She had it, I think she only had it like a week. And he out joyriding, but he was driving like he was, you know, licensed. He's done it before, or they let him do it before, and he just thought he had the right to do it. And he had to learn it from somewhere. Interesting. Do you beat your kids, though? I think it was another story why I asked that question, because somebody had did something. I think I was watching it on, this was actually in person. Oh, I remember, and it involves me. I was at Walmart. I actually wrote about this on my personal Facebook page. I was at Walmart, and I was standing in the deli line, and this child was sitting in a cart that he had no business being in, like in the top part where you put your bread and your eggs. He was sitting in that part. He was every bit of 8 or 9. Like, get your big ass down and walk. But he was screaming, like, at the top of his lungs, not like an opera singer. Like, he was at the 8th octave. And he was just singing, screaming at the top of his lungs. It's packed. It's like 8 people standing all over the deli, and we just all looking at her like, are you going to do something about this? So I looked over to her, and I whispered, I mean, I won't tell nobody if you slap him. I don't know how she looked at me like she was offended, but apparently she was like, I'm not going to do it here. It was a different look. Like, I'm not going to do it right here, but I'm going to go outside and slap him. And when we come back, it'll be under control. Because they left immediately. And when he came back, his head was down. And he was like red. So that's why the people poll question is, do you beat your kids? Yes or no? I'll take a yes or no. It's anonymous. I ain't gonna tell nobody. How long we got left in this break? Is this a long one? I don't have no clock, no nothing in here. Phone lines are open, 410-702-5657. Get in here and get these calls going. Let me hear what you're thinking about these topics. Released felon gains right to vote in Maryland. And now this is a good one. More than 40,000 people or felons. I don't know what they want to call now. There's a big discrepancy on what you want to call incarcerated people. Now, there's a big giant debate that's getting ready to come out shortly if you didn't know. The term was ex-offender. Now, they don't like that because it still implies that they offended. when they're supposedly reformed. A reformed individual, maybe that's a good one. I'm going to suggest that when I get to work. Reformed, reform, reformer, reform me. Whatever. That's not what this story is about, but it's more than 40,000 recently released Maryland felons will regain the right to vote in time for this year's election. So that's 40,000 extra people that's allowed to vote for governor, for Senate. I mean, you know, all the different things, city council. That's amazing. You have no idea what the, majority of these 40,000 people have to be black. I don't know why you get once you are reformed, I do believe that your rights should be restored. If while you're in jail, you shouldn't be able to vote. I mean, what are you going to do? You're not free. You're so safe. But at this point, I think everybody needs their rights restored from prison. Is this going in and out? I felt that. Oh, listen to that. Are you going to get it? Hello? I was real ignorant with my hello. I guess they hung up. Maybe they hung up. Did you close it? Okay. It's time to go to break, right? Thank you. The phone lines are still open, 410-702-5657. It's been a great year, though. Like, I've had, I feel like it's a great year, but I think it's been a little bit more turmoil than I'm feeling right at this moment. Right now, I feel like I've had a great year. I actually have a lot of stuff up in the works coming for this next 2 months, including the fact that I'll be in the Dominican Republic in December again, and I can't wait. I'm looking at some clear water right now. But, okay, look, we got to go to break now. The phone lines are open at 410-702-5657. I want to figure out what's going on with my phone lines, and then I'll be back with more stories right here on Talk Lately with Monny on BeExposedRadio.com.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story, adopt a shelter, or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
You use Tearless Baby Shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe, but are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community, many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home, and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Maddie's Fund.
Black by Demand radio show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yes. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking. And see, and we look at that now, and like kids, they not as, you know, they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right, right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1,000,000 pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something. Now.
Yes, yes,
so now you're giving it something. So, okay, you take this, and this is what it is.
Right,
so now we have to run with this instead of teaching the child. This is how you put this together, so you see the result as this.
Right, right. Critical thinking. I like that.
Absolutely.
So look, not to cut you off, Mr. Denise, but let's go to our first commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and finish talking about critical thinking. So, just to jump back into things, everybody's going crazy over this picture about Mark Anthony kissing this guy. I mean, I don't understand why y'all didn't know that he was already gay. I mean, or allegedly gay. I'll say allegedly because, I mean, it's always been the rumor ever since he was with J-Lo. Even when he was with J-Lo, it was still the rumor.
I just had a flashback.
I'm sorry?
I just had a flashback. No, I'm lying. I just had a flashback of us doing that Mark Anthony and Will.
I mean, yeah, we talked about it on the show too. Like, you know, him and Will. Yes. That was one of our little skits that we did. I mean, it's not like it's new. Although the kiss body language is everything. The first kiss, the one at the top of the paper, looks like they could have been doing a prank. But the one at the bottom, when he's like, you know, like into it and kissing him on the cheek and stuff like that, you know, he was looking for some action later on that night. I'm gonna find that little skit that we did, you know, the Skeletor bones. That was funny. Damn, I hate when I say See, you can tell it's been a while since I've been here. Rats have been taking over people's schools here in Baltimore. I find that hilarious, seeing as though there are no rats outside. So they're all at school. They try to get their education. And I appreciate that. Nicole, I don't know what's going on with your fingers, but I'm going to need for my sound effects that belong to my show to be played. So which means you have to pay attention. You're on the wrong show not to pay attention. I can't even hear you.
That's because I'm on here. I'm on live.
I know.
Because I need people to rally around me.
Real low the whole entire time.
Because we're not going to start this season off like this. We're not.
Like you've been low the whole entire time. Of course it's going to be today.
Did you hear that one? Did you hear that one?
I heard it. But we've been here an hour, and that was the first one. Interesting enough, and this is something that's a little bit, it's serious. Because I just found out and I heard recently that 99% of the funds that was supposed to go to North Carolina and, you know, all the people that suffered during Hurricane Matthew, 99% of the funds that North Carolina had requested to, you know, to recover from the damages from Hurricane Matthew, they were denied. I think that's just like very sad. So, North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper said Wednesday the federal government authorized just $6.1 million of the $900 million the state had requested. They requested $900. I mean, did you recall all the damage? There was over 12 feet of water throughout that state, and I think it's sad. It was tons and tons of homes ruined, apartments, all kinds of stuff. You know, multifamily homes ruined, gone. destroyed. Now, I don't know if in a letter addressed to President, I'm not going to say that name, and to the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, loser, and the congressional leaders, Cooper called on the federal government to support Hurricane Matthew's recovery efforts, especially in the form of housing block grants from HUD. So here's what Cooper says: "Our right to express shock and disappointment in the lack of federal funding from Hurricane Matthew recovery efforts in North Carolina, and encourage you to prioritize North Carolina's urgent request for help." Mind you, these United States have now been hit twice in 1 year with a hurricane. And this story is not making like headlines, and it's sad that it's not, because we're still talking about what's happening over in the Middle. I'm watching CNN; they're still talking about what's happening over the Middle East, where the journalist got killed. I mean, not that that's not a top news story, but at the same time, devastation at home. At home, people are homeless. They lost everything. But I'm going to keep up on this story so I can continue to, if it develops any further, and whether or not they are fixing this problem. Now, mind you, is this happening to the people that just suffered from Michael? I know it's time for a break, unless you just skipped over it completely. Oh, got you. Thank you. Here's some fun facts. And this is fun facts for the older gals, the older crowd. Social Security and Medicare are paid for with a separate tax, if you didn't know that. So this is leading up from my story about the deficit, the U.S. deficit. Number 45 asked his cabinet secretaries to cut their budgets by 5% next year, as his administration tries to get a handle on the rapidly ballooning federal deficit, which jumped $779 billion this year because of that stupid tax cut for the rich. That was very dumb. So, they were talking about Republicans blame the Democrats, saying their resistance to cutting spending on social programs. Social programs, again, that's why these fun facts come into play. The fun facts state that, Social Security, Medicare, when you pay your payroll taxes out of your paycheck, you see there's their FICA line, and then there's their Medicare line. Because that's Social Security, you're paying a separate tax for Social Security, and you're paying a separate tax for Medicare. So trying to take money out of that is actually illegal. So Social Security and Medicare are paid for by a separate tax that adds nothing to the national debt. So they're trying to say that the exorbitant cost of these programs is why the deficit is ballooning. Lies, because we pay for it in advance. Social Security has a $2.5 trillion surplus. Congress has borrowed trillions from the Social Security to pay for the government spending. That should not be happening. Because then that's why they keep telling people, on different news programs where they're saying that Social Security won't be around for people like us when we get ready to retire. That's not fair, because we're still paying into that. Stop borrowing money that doesn't belong where it's supposed to be, and stop spending frivolously like on the Army. Congress has borrowed trillions from Social Security to pay for the government spending. So when Republicans say we need to cut Social Security in order to balance the federal budget, here's what they really mean. We've taken trillions from your Social Security to pay for unfunded wars, tax cuts for the rich, and corporate subsidies. We need to cut your benefits so we won't have to pay it back. Now, how fair is that? Seems like a problem in Denmark. That sounded like I read it, but I didn't. I just said that out of my head. Anyway, that was some fun facts for you. And okay, I got to tell you about the phones. The phones are open for 410-702-5657 or text me 443-9403. I missed some numbers in there, didn't I? 443-642-9403. And yes, this is live. Sorry, I got different things going on all around me. Let's talk about these little scooter things that are cluttering up everybody's street drains. Because as I've been riding around town for the past couple of weeks, I've noticed that there have been a lot of these scooters all over the place. Like I seen a person riding up, what was that? I think that was Pratt Street going east. And he had like 4 of them on one scooter. Trying to deliver them, I guess, to somewhere else. And I think they're like $1 to ride them. Nicole, do you know?
Yeah, I heard they're like $1. I think they charge you by the time that you have them.
Now, are they solar?
I don't know. No, because I've been getting a lot of ads asking if I want to be paid to be a charger. Like I think they have different spots where where you can charge them. Like if you see them, you get them and charge them, or somebody drops them off and you charge them at your house or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how that works, but I've been getting a lot of ads on Facebook and stuff asking me if I want to be a charger for these daggone.
See, how are they targeting you? That's the weird thing right there, because what is the algorithm that's targeting you in particular to get these ads about riding a scooter?
Yeah, I know.
Is it because you walk?
I don't know.
Or catch the bus?
That's ignorant.
It's rude. It's kind of racist.
It's very, very, yeah. I guess they figure like, oh, it's a whole bunch of them in your neighborhood, so you might as well get paid to charge them. You know?
Right? Is it off of where you live? Because I mean, how would they know your address though? I mean, you don't have to put your address in on Facebook. So it's like, how are they getting this information? That's weird. It's creepy. It's kind of creepy. You know, this program costs $30,000 to get off the ground. I just don't understand the way.
Can I say something?
Yes.
I don't understand how she didn't.
That was going to say, I don't understand how Bowl got the concept or the idea to say, let's take $30,000 and do this.
From the bikes. How did you not learn from the bikes?
Right.
So now we got all of these bike racks still set up around the city, but
with no bikes on them.
With no bikes. And now it's just scooters thrown over. Because I seen one in the middle of the street.
I see them in the gutters all over the place.
The children, I mean, they are taking, when I was on my way to school this morning, I seen the boxes, the little GPS boxes, I guess they're supposed to keep. I saw a couple of those boxes, but no scooters. The people are taking the GPS boxes off
the scooters?
Yes. They're taking
hilarious.
the payment boxes off and just taking the scooters.
So, like I said, I was saying they spent $30,000 on this program, and this was a pilot. So hopefully, after they figure out this pilot is a big, gigantic fail, they'll remove these, well, the ones that are left, because as you can hear, vandalism and theft is big. I just don't understand. Like, you don't learn your lesson. Maybe, what's the point? There's so many hills in downtown alone. There's like hills everywhere. That they don't even go up the hills fast enough. Like, you still gonna have to use your legs to get it up there. I guess. What was the point of a motorized scooter to get around the city? I mean, I could see if you were saying you like enclosed the inner harbor, and this is how you could get around at the harbor. But this program was for citywide. And they're operational without even putting the dollar in, so you're not even making no money back. It's like you can still kick your leg and make a move. And now they want you to charge them. So what they want you, people to knock on your door and ask you if it's finished charging. That's crazy. That's ridiculous, and I'm never doing it. I would touch one. I refuse to, but I don't walk anyway, so that's something really meant for me. But again, like I said, they're stealing them. They're just taking them and moving around. And you can actually took that money and did something else with it. Like right now, you're trying to now find $2 million to put into the Squeegee Boy program, basically. I don't know if that's to continue them to be out there squeegeeing cars, or I heard something about maybe opening the car washes that y'all had for over the summer, doing more pop-up car washes. Oh gosh, I just don't know why y'all put her in office. That's what it really boils down to. Like, what were you expecting out of her friend? Do you know, Nicole? Can you answer that question? What were they expecting out of her friend? I have a comment. Go ahead. What, is it aggressive? Where is it at? On Be Exposed? Go ahead, read it. Out loud. On live.
Okay, so Antoine Brown says they pay people $5 to go out and charge them. They can make $100 a day. Oh, you got to go out and charge them.
So you can't
supposed to do that?
How are you supposed to? Yeah, put it on my vehicle? No.
Oh, it was only to be used to get around downtown. Like if you work far from the garage, instead of walking, use scooter. They knew that wasn't. They knew that wasn't.
Then they should have put some kind of apparatus on them that make them turn off and stop when you leave the city bounds. This wasn't a smart program, but we're ran by a whole bunch of not smart people, so it makes sense. That was it? That was the end of the comment?
Yes, it was.
Anyway, let's move on.
Thank you, Antoine, for your contribution.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks, Antoine. Brandy, she has a new album coming out. I'm so happy. It's been so long. What was it, in 2012? That was the last album? But this one is going to be called, I don't know where she got the name from and why, even though I know she's the first, she was, this goes in the history books. She's the first, what was it, that first African-American Barbie? First black Barbie? They made it after her image. So it's confirmed her new album is going to be called Black Barbie. And I've heard some of the music, like some of the samples of her music. So I think this is going to be a great album. And we're going to, expect a lot of good things in the next couple of years. And she's doing very, very well on that show Star. Like, I haven't even watched the episode, but I've been seeing, Star is now in its third season. So, and some of the clips that I saw, like the acting is like, she's doing really, really good over there. When she shot somebody in the face, her and Queen Latifah always fighting. Apparently, what is it, Patti LaBelle's her mom, her and Queen Latifah's mom and their sisters or something like that. I'm going to start watching the show because I know it's on Netflix or one of those channels, Hulu or something or another. I want to catch up on it and try to, become a fan of the show. I just wasn't into another, I'm done with Empire. Like, Empire could have ended last season for me, quite frankly. What reminds me that, Luke Cage on Netflix just got canceled. It's not coming back, so all you people that was fans of it, I thought about this last night because I was talking to a couple people last night about it being canceled and that it was a good show, but I feel as though it needs an ending because you brought it this far, and then you still have all the other. I just finished Daredevil today, which was amazing. The season was actually really, really good. I finished Daredevil today. And, you still got Jessica Jones, and it's not fair that the only show that's been canceled thus far is the black one, Netflix. Can you see where I'm going with this? In the age of Trump, this is where you started with the black show to cancel first. Now I can see if Jessica Jones gets canceled or Iron Fist get canceled, all of these shows play off of each other, or the Defenders, or the, Daredevil. If you start canceling more of them, I'll take my finger off that delete button. But so far, you're getting ready to get deleted by me because I feel as though this was a racial epithet, but you know, what are you gonna do? I tried to reason with it as if, you know, they didn't, you know, there was, the story said there was some kind of miscommunication or some kind of conflict in the production of the show. I'm not sure if I believe that, because that's the only black, you know, all your black shows have been canceled, Netflix. What's that show called? 7 Pounds, something like that? Do you know what it's called, Nicole? That show I'm talking about?
7. You said 7 pounds? That was
okay, Antoine said he thinks they canceled Iron Fist too. But Iron Fist had a really good season. I hope they didn't cancel that. I actually enjoyed the season this season. And they still... Actually, no, they didn't, because I heard they got renewed because of... now, the girl's the Iron Fist. So now they got a bigger, you know... What you say, Nicole? I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying I thought 7 Pounds was a movie. I don't know.
It was something seven conflicts or something like that.
7 Reasons Why. Wasn't it 7 Reasons Why?
I don't know what the show is called, really. They did cancel Iron Fist. It was announced yesterday. Ain't that some... So they did cancel it. Well, good luck. All right, well, at least it wasn't just them then. Because it was sounding kind of suspect that, you know, a lot of the black shows has been canceled on Netflix and none of the other ones. But according to Antoine Brown, they did cancel Iron Fist. It was announced yesterday. So, all right. Hopefully they don't get Daredevil, because Daredevil was actually really, really good. This season was really good. Daredevil got beat up a lot in this season, and it was really, really hilarious. And I kept saying, well, damn, did he ever learn how to fight? Because he was beat up. I don't want to lead into the story with that one. Damn, just sticking to the race thing though. Rihanna, you probably heard about this already, but she declined to go to the Super Bowl halftime in support of Colin Kaepernick. I think that's hot. That's amazing. I wonder how many other people would have done that though. Like, who else would have actually said no? You know, everybody keeps saying, you know, they don't get paid. But, you know, they don't get paid to perform at the, you know, when they do these halftime shows and stuff like that. Well, actually, they kind of do, because they still got to pay the royalties for the music being played or being broadcast. Those royalties have to go somewhere, and they usually go into the people that wrote the songs, and people are getting pocketed. Money is getting pocketed. That's 60 million times whatever pennies it is. They're getting paid regardless. And I don't know if you knew that about the royalties thing. There's a performance royalty too. And the NFL is not, you know, exempt from paying that. They still have to pay it. Whenever it hits broadcast, television, radio, music in itself has to be paid for by a royalty. Thank you. I love the new studio too, Nate. Like you haven't been here. So Rihanna declined, and I heard the new performances are going to be done by Maroon 5. I wonder, you know, I sit back and I think about this, because I wonder if they even thought about that. Like, you know, when they were sitting in the room saying, who should we get to pay, you know, at the halftime? You know, trying to figure out whether they should go black or go white on the stage. Like, because it was going to be hard. Well, you know what? Just speaking on that, when did y'all stop boycotting the NFL? When did it end? Because I don't remember anybody telling me that, you know, we're not boycotting anymore. We're going to just go back to watching. As soon as the season ended, the boycott started. As soon as this new season started, y'all like forgot all about it, that y'all was supposed to be boycotting. Y'all can't hold water though. It is what it is, but we got to take a break. When we come back, we got more to talk about. I want to know when the boycott ended. That's going to be next week's People Poll question. This week's People Poll question is, do you still beat your kids? Or do you beat your kids? Yes or no? It's going to be on the Talk Lately page in just a few minutes. I'm going to post it in a few minutes. We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool! That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
You want to start off?
I think I'll get it out of the way on a who's not.
Okay, do it.
The Orioles.
Right.
They got swept by the Royals. They lost 4 in a row, and the last 5 games have all been decided by 1 run. The game before, or the last game that they lost before the Royals was the Nationals, and it was Weeders, of course, won with a home run.
Hit the home run.
Right.
They were going into that National series. It seemed like they were doing so well, and they just crapped out. They got that game postponed, so who knows when they're going to replay that or play that game. That's my first not for the night.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and weigh in on my who's not, and I'm going to talk about the San Diego Padres.
The Padres. That's okay. You just took my answer.
They're in last place in the NL West. They've lost 8 of their last 10. Their run differential is a negative 65, which is just horrible. So when you have well, let me just talk about run differential a little bit. It's kind of like the
how much you're winning or losing your games by, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. It's like the margin of victory, kind of.
Right.
So when you're in a negative number, that means that you're
then your average game you're losing
by a whole lot.
Right.
I mean, a number like negative 65, this early in the season is pretty rough.
That's horrible.
Then the pitching numbers pretty much support this stat right here. I mean, the team ERA is 4.70, which is 26th in the league. They have 126 walks allowed. They acquired Jared Weaver in the offseason, and he really has not panned out. He's off to one of the worst starts in any of the pitchers in 2017. He's 0-4 with a 6.05 ERA. In May alone, he already has 12 earned runs. 12 earned runs in May. And, another one of their pitchers, Clayton Richard, he's 2-4 with a 4.34 ERA. And, in May, he has 6 earned runs and 12 innings pitched. So they're not pitching well. And on top of that, they are also not batting well.
Right. But it kind of sucks because Manuel Margot is doing pretty good. His the past few at bats, his last.
Join the Just a Bit Outside crew every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement.
Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know they're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education, brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
It's time for a flashback.
Now, I'm not going to say all Aries don't know.
It's just the one you had. That was just
a long line. But it's always something that you can
go ahead, Bliss. Can you recollect any signs that you might not get right?
October 15th or 16th. What is that?
And Libras.
See, I've had some good Libras and I had one really bad Libra, but he was white, so he it his back anyway, so I don't.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute. Demonstrate. You got to demonstrate the back.
No. Ain't no way.
Not the dirt. How they bust? Let me show how they bust.
And they want to cry afterwards. I mean, what the f is the point of the tears? I mean, I can see you shaking, yeah, and shake it off real quick. But you crying? F out of here.
What was he crying for?
Cause baby, this pussy make that. You in? I got that good. Nasty bitch. The shade.
McLean's Couch every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Only on BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome back. It's Talk Lately with Monny. I am your host, Monny, and I'm here. Oh, here goes that story about Luke Cage. Unfortunately, Marvel's Luke Cage will not return for a third season, Marvel and Netflix said. Per Deadline, everyone at Marvel Television and Netflix is grateful to the dedicated showrunner, writers, cast, and crew who brought Harlem's hero to life for the past 2 seasons, and to all the fans who have supported. I know, since they used Antoine from off the chat just told me that they canceled, what was the other show? Iron Fist on Netflix. Damn, that's a lot of people out of work though. But they do a lot of crossovers. Because I was wondering, like, why didn't they cross back over Rosario Dawson to Daredevil where she started? That was somebody that was missing this season. As well as the detective, she didn't cross back over. Misty. Because they do a lot of crossovers, and like there wasn't a lot of crossovers on Jessica Jones either. So did she get canceled too? I just gotta know, because I was watching all of them. I was invested, because I was liking the crossover factor that they kept going back and forth to each other. So I'm interested to know. And this season of Iron Fist was so much better than the first one, and that's why I was happy when they gave it a second season, because they needed to try again and give it a better shot. But anyway, moving on. There's a woman that was in Walmart playing with, I didn't even know Walmart had sex toys, so I don't know if she brought them with her or, but this woman in Union City, California, she got arrested for actually using the sex toys inside of the store. So it says the Union City Police Department received a call from the department store manager around 9:45 one morning. Upon arriving on site, the officers found 27-year-old Laura Martinez lying almost naked on the floor and masturbating with a vibrator. According to Darlene Anderson, an employee who witnessed the incident, Ms. Martinez used at least 24 different toys before she was arrested. So she bought none of them because they arrested her. But what Walmart is this that sells sex toys? Nicole, in your travels, have you ever seen a Walmart with sex toys?
I haven't. I don't know where that came
Only
from.
in California do the Walmarts have sex toys. Like, what is it, a whole sex toy section? A whole sexual endeavor section? Like, they don't even have, like...
Walmart has a section that sells caskets, too.
Where?
Not at ours. It should be, but...
Because this is a cremation state. We like to be cremated here. Anyway, Talk Lately comes on weeknights at 7. Tuesdays at 7. I messed that commercial up. Anyway, I don't know whether Mrs. Martinez now faces a total of 7 criminal charges, including felony indecent exposure, causing a public nuisance, and disorderly conduct. She was freed on bail less than 2 hours after her arrest and is expected to be back in court in November to begin her trial. Like, something's wrong with her. Like, she snapped. What possessed her to do that, though? Like, the inkling was so strong the pressure was building so much that she had to open some toys. And first of all, you're in Walmart. I mean, I've seen people having sex in the bath. I mean, I haven't seen them, but I've seen and heard about people. Well, I've seen videos of people having sex in the Walmart bathrooms. She couldn't take the toy in there. I mean, you already opened the toy and was using it, so that's basically stealing. Ugh.
Get your baby.
The whole story disgusts me. Okay, wait. Because this is interesting because I didn't know Queen Latifah actually came out of the closet. So Queen Latifah and rumored, because now they're still using rumored, I would say alleged at this point, alleged girlfriend, Ebony Nichols, have reportedly been dating since 2013 with paparazzi capturing photos of them all over the world because they go everywhere together. But now they are apparently expecting their first child together. So I guess since her mother passed away, rest in peace to Miss Rita Owens, in March. She's flaunting it. She's, you know.
But does she think her mother didn't know? Or was it just like she just wanted, she didn't
I really don't know because she doesn't talk about it. Which is her prerogative. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with her not talking about it. I mean, you don't have to. But I guess as a celebrity, at some point, people are going to start asking the question, who's this chick?
I mean, I saw pictures of them on the yacht kissing. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's not really a secret. She just doesn't talk about it. It's her life. She shouldn't have to.
She doesn't. Now, Nichols is pregnant because they say she was sporting a full baby bump. The full baby bump was on display. So who's the dad? I'm pretty sure Queen Latifah's the dad.
I was waiting for somebody to answer.
I'm pretty sure Queen Latifah's the dad. But who's the paternal dad? Is it a donor? Is it a surrogate? Well, not a surrogate.
Well,
there can't be a surrogate dad.
A donor.
You wish.
A donor. That's all.
I mean, is a sperm bank donor? I mean, I got questions. I want to know. Is it a sperm bank donor? Was it one of your friends? Was it a gay friend?
They're gonna have
I used to think that lesbians only should have gay friends make their babies. So it's killing two birds with one stone. If the gay person wants to have kids and the lesbian wants to have kids, get together. Two birds, one stone.
So why you haven't offered?
Who are you talking to?
Why you?
You don't know me.
So why haven't? That's a conversation that we need to have off air because I don't know why our friend hasn't been offered those services yet.
Who is she talking to? Hello? Picture me having babies. I don't want no kids.
Get your baby.
Anyway, look, I got this awesome. I don't know if y'all heard about this yet, but they got this documentary going to come out about R. Kelly and the sex scandals and the torture and the people being held hostage and not being let go, and the children, the sex with the children. It's going down on TV One. It's got Sparkle. I seen Wendy Williams in it. It's so many people in it. It's amazing. I want y'all to check it out right now. Here it goes.
There's a difference between R. Kelly and Robert. R. Kelly's this fun, laughing, loving guy. But Robert is the devil.
R. Kelly is at the top of the charts, but he may be in for a fall. He was arrested today on 21 counts of child pornography.
Kelly is accused of videotaping himself having sex with an underage girl.
Taking advantage of minors will not be tolerated.
Jurors found him not guilty on all charges.
Robert has said all along he would be cleared of these terrible charges.
Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Shame on you! Milk R. Kelly! Milk R. Kelly! Milk R. Kelly! Milk R. Kelly!
We got a tip that she's here.
She's not.
R. Kelly has denied accusations that he's holding women against their will in a sex cult.
Dave said he loved you so much. I should have never introduced her to him. I should have never introduced my family to him.
He's the puppet master.
It was very scary because I knew at that moment I had a secret.
Sparkle is alleged to have received significant payment.
I didn't take the money because I can't be bought. He ain't a monster by himself. It took some help.
I'm just ready to get the hell out of there.
Black women don't get the same recognition as our white counterparts. And I wish that would change.
A grown man, 50-something years old. That's not acceptable, nowhere. Nowhere.
That was intense.
I know, right?
That was intense.
Surviving R. Kelly. I don't know when it's coming out, though. That's the only thing about it.
2019.
When is it?
January 2019.
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Wow.
Oh my goodness. That's gonna be. Whoa.
It's right. I can't wait. I can't wait. Like, I want to know who's producing this. Let me see.
On the radio.
Say that again.
We might have to watch that live on the radio.
I know, right? Get an audience in here and just watch it together. Lifetime's long-awaited docuseries that follows R. Kelly's decades-long accusations of sexual assault, child pornography, and now holding women hostage in a sex cult is finally here. The trailer opens up with women explaining the multi-hyphenate superstar. I don't know why that says that. There's a difference between R. Kelly and Robert. R. Kelly is this fun, loving guy, but Robert is the devil.
I was like, whoa.
Over the last year, the hashtag Mute R. Kelly movement has gained traction, prompting Spotify to remove the singer's music from their playlist. I didn't know that. And even causing nationally syndicated host Tom Joyner to ban the 51-year-old's music from his popular radio show. Since then, more claims of sexual abuse surfaced, including Faith Rogers' allegations of Kelly giving her STDs. Shortly after I can't wait for this docuseries.
Yeah, I can't wait even. I'm actually mad that I saw it now and I gotta wait so long for it.
Right. I mean, if it's ready, like, release it. I hate that you gotta wait for stuff to premiere like that. Like, you gotta premiere it right. You know, I guess everybody's on break at that time though. It's in January, so a lot of TV shows aren't on. But I would skip something to watch this. Yeah, actually, like this would be like a big release for me. I would like stop and watch this.
Yeah, a regular show would.
Sparkle look good though.
She does.
She looks good. She's aging well.
Yeah, she is.
I just don't want you to make no album, Sparkle. I mean, I could have done without the first one, but she looks good. Damn though, surviving R. Kelly. Whew. I was holding that one. I was waiting for that one to, to say something about that because that was a good one. I want to talk about these orcas real quick. This baby, he's not a baby anymore. He's been in.
Okay, good, because I got a comment about this. I got a question actually.
About this?
Yeah, that's the orca at SeaWorld, right?
I don't know where he is. But I just came across this that on thepetitionsite.com. It says Morgan, the suicidal orca, has been trapped in a tank in a marine park for 8 years. I don't know if he's at SeaWorld or not, but because I didn't drill down into this any further, because I just watched the video and that just blew my mind that this orca, like, why haven't you let this orca go? If he's trying to commit suicide every time you let him out his pen.
Okay, so my question. How does the orca attempt suicide?
Keep ramming his head into the glass.
Okay, that's
what he was doing. He would ram his head into the glass, or he would jump out of the water onto the platform to dry out and die. Or what actually happens to orcas when they're out of water is that their lungs they get suffocated from the weight of their bodies. She often, so here's what it says. She often bangs her head on the metal, trying to commit suicide by beaching herself, and endures endless abuse from the male orcas that attack her. That's sad. Now she's had a baby, and they're both going to suffer greatly if we don't free them. So she was raped because the male orcas were attacking her. So I signed the petition because I don't understand. I mean, the humanity in it. It's just that why haven't you, if she keeps doing it, listen. You're trying to make money off somebody that's going to kill themselves to give you $1. And what they're going to do, though, if they do release her, they're going to keep our baby. That's what's going to be the horrible part, because orcas remember everything. And they like to raise their orcas and dolphins alike. They like to raise their kids because they like to form packs. And I actually, even though they're in water, I've seen them cry before because I watch a lot of videos about marine life because I have no life. But anyway, moving right along. See, I just heard about this today, and I thought this was really sad, and I haven't heard too much about it. We'll talk about this cough a little bit later in the season of this show. I got asthma now. That's not fun. So, Nicole, because I never heard of him, but have you, Nick Breed?
Nick Breed?
Nick Breed. Breed. B-R-E-E-D.
No. What is
it? It says, a rising Baltimore rapper who advocated for nonviolence and whose lyrics often reflected the city's trauma has been shot and killed. The Baltimore Sun reports that 24-year-old Dominic Grant, known professionally as Nick Breed, was found Sunday night with gunshot wounds and was pronounced dead at the hospital soon after.
What was his name again?
Nick Breed, or
name.
Dominic Grant is the real name.
Okay, I think that's the guy I just watched the story about on the news last night.
Mm-hmm.
One of his the guy he rapped with did a story on. Well, they interviewed him about him.
Mm-hmm.
He said he wasn't in any trouble. He didn't like the trouble, and he don't understand why somebody would have killed him.
Right.
It's sad.
That's what I'm reading to it, because he was. They say he was a great proponent of nonviolence. So right. How this happened is beyond me, or why they killed him is beyond me. But they kind of use those kind of things to justify the killing anyway. Somebody that's trying to stop them from doing something. The newspaper characterized the artist as a street rapper with calm delivery who had a melodic side. He collaborated with high-profile Baltimore artists like YBS Scola and Young Moose. Who's YBS Scola? That sounds familiar to me.
He has songs on the radio that you would probably know. I can't sing any right now. Let me get off of your mic.
Bye. And Young Moose. Baltimore director James Jones helped produce several of Nick Breed's music videos. Jones described his friend as up and coming with a good fan base.
Okay.
His YouTube videos range from 10,000 views to 545,000 views. That's good.
Okay,
He
so
sounds like he was going somewhere.
I know YBS Scola was on the same like rap team, I guess the same production team as Lil Scooter.
I heard that ring in here. Well, rest in peace. Sorry this happened to you, and I hope they find the person that shot you. That's horrible. This we got to do better about this damn city, for real. I was watching the Florida gubernatorial debate earlier this week. Oh, happy birthday, Robbie! I forgot today is Robbie's birthday. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Robbie!
Antoine gonna say, was tears running down their face in the water?
I thought the same thing, but they make noise. They
make noise and their eyes turn red.
Yeah.
When they're crying. So there actually is tears coming out. If they were dry, they would be dead. But if they were dry, you would see the tear come down. They drink water all day. They gotta expel it some way. Can we talk about this? Because they put this through so fast, and this is the fastest I've ever seen them do something, basically, in this Baltimore City Council, and that's this block the box thing. Now, when they say block the box, Nicole, because I mean, I know you don't drive, but I wonder if you ask anybody this question, like, what do they mean? Are they talking about the entire box of the intersection, or are they talking about the box where the people walk?
No, the intersection.
The intersection being inside the intersection.
That whole block from
the corner, from corner to corner to corner.
The crosswalks up into that whole enclosing box.
So including the crosswalk.
Yes, including the crosswalks.
So you can't be over the lines, basically.
Basically.
Because it's kind of hard to do that. I mean, you'll still like today. I actually did it today, and I didn't realize I was in the box. I didn't get no ticket or anything, and nobody said anything to me. But I realized that the light was getting ready to change, so I stopped before I went through the intersection. But I was on top of the crosswalk, and I was like, okay, so am I in violation right now? It's kind of hard to stop like that, because then I don't know. I mean, I would like to see an instance where somebody was getting in trouble so I could understand this, or actually talk to an officer. I know they're not going to come here because of all the contention, but it's okay. I just want to know. But the fine for cops give $125 tickets for blocking the box. So don't block the box. I just wanted to give you an update on that, but I still don't understand. I just didn't understand what was considered the box. Was the crosswalk included in the box? Because y'all got legs, y'all can walk around. Yeah, I was just trying to figure that out. Or maybe I'll ask somebody. I have a good relationship with Black Bernard, City Council President. I don't hate him as much, so maybe I'll talk to him about it. And under the legislation, this $125 fine is being enforced instead of a $90 state fine, plus a point on the driver's license, or an unenforced $250 fine on the city books. I don't get what that means. You get a point and everything for this? So you get the $125 fine, or you don't get the point anymore. Wait, let me read that again. Instead of a $90 fine plus a point on the driver's license. Okay, so you don't get a point. You get a $125 fine. I wonder if it increases if you're a multiple offender. Coming up at 9 o'clock, we got the old school Bruja with La Fuerza. Now. Okay, gotta take a break. When we come back, there's more. Like I said, coming up at 9 o'clock tonight, we got old school Bruja with La Fuerza. I don't know who she has on as guest or anything, but I love the show. The show is so intriguing. Oh, Dr. Wren. Dr. Wren from Salacious Life Radio is the guest on Old School Brew tonight. We'll be right back, though.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right? Radio Loyalty. Click that banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Is Ren here already? Welcome back. This is the last segment of the show. I've enjoyed tonight's show, but I'm hungry, so I'm going to go get me something to eat as soon as I leave here. So I got a couple things to do for Old School Brew too, and then I don't know what else is on the agenda. I haven't been to a haunted house in like a week now. And I'm kind of sad about that because I had a plan. I had an agenda. My agenda was to go to each haunted house, and to go to enough haunted houses that satisfy my fear craving, my horror craving. And I actually, you know what I think changed my perspective is this show that's on Netflix, The Haunted. What is it called, Nicole? The
Haunting of Hill House.
The Haunting of Hill House. I binged it. What was that? Friday? When did I tell you about it, Nicole?
I just saw you kept putting it on Facebook that it was.
But that was like what, Saturday? I said that.
Yeah, and then I saw you put it on.
So I binged it not this past Saturday. I binged it last Saturday and Sunday. The show was good. I don't know how they would be able to even do a season 2 because it's like a season. It's a series. It's not like this only series. Like, I don't know how they're going to do a season 2 if there's going to be a season 2 because I'm trying to promote it as much as I can because the show was actually really good. Like I actually got I haven't had this feeling in a long time where something that actually make me jump.
Well, tonight the Old School Brew I was talking about. They went to that. Yeah, that's what they're talking about tonight. They went to that penitentiary. The asylum.
Yeah. Maryland's first cannabis festival is on December 1st, 2018. I don't smoke.
Not the day.
But that's for everybody else. Maryland's first cannabis festival is December the 1st. Where is it going to be? Downtown in the harbor? Drew Hill Park? What's that other park called where the dead body was found?
They're going to have it in Lincoln Park.
Lincoln Park.
Yeah. Maryland Cannabis Festival in Lincoln Park.
All right. Why is people still talking about why Destiny's Child broke up back in the day? LaToya Luckett and them.
Because people have a fascination with they can't settle themselves with not knowing something.
But they're actually, which is really crazy because they're actually friends and everything again.
Exactly.
So it's like I don't even understand why are you still asking questions about why they broke up? What do you think they're lying about the reason they broke up? It was a management decision. Management was like, y'all can't sing, y'all gotta go. But then I would have been suspicious too. Then why did y'all hire Michelle? I know. I think the same thing all the time.
Get your baby.
Why did they hire Michelle? She clumsy, but she's a nice girl. She's clumsy. When I was watching the Coachella performance, I just kept waiting for her to fall. Well, she's pregnant now, so don't fall. I would just tie her ass up to a wheelchair. Because she's clumsy. All right, this is the end of the show, everybody. I'm going to have more good stuff next Tuesday right here on Be Exposed Radio. This has been Talk Lately. Again, the Mega Millions tonight is $1.6 billion. Everybody here, most everybody here has contributed to our BXR pool. So if we become billionaires, you'll find out when we don't be on the air anymore. No, but Floyd Mayweather dropped $2,000 on Mega Millions, like he needs any more money. But like I said, everybody can go for it. Why he just didn't buy all the tickets for me, though? That's what I have a problem with. All right, thank you for listening tonight. Like I said, up next, 9 o'clock, it's Old School Bruja with La Fueza. And her guest tonight, Dr. Ren from Salacious Life, which comes on Wednesdays at 9, right here on Be Exposed Radio. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
And the guy, my friend was like, hey, there's a young lady walking down. He's like, hey, you should go holler at her. And I'm like, nah, man, nah. You know, I'm a shy guy anyway, so I'm not going to do that. But he's like, yeah, do it, man. Go ahead, do it. So I said, hey, how are you? She kept walking past, and my friend also yelled out something as well. So she had stopped and she had looked at us or whatever, and she said, this was the day before Christmas too, it was so bad. And she's like, God damn it, it's Christmas. Like, leave me alone. And I'm like, what's wrong? I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm literally trying to talk to her. I'm catcalling. And I'm thinking, like, you know, it's funny. You know what I mean? I'm literally thinking